Here we will solve few more examples on this vector function chapter. So the first question is from exercise 5B of Ghosh Maity book, question number 8. It is saying that solve the vector equations for x, but the equation is p x vector plus x dot b vector for a vector equals c vector, and given that p not equal to 0. We have to solve this equation for x. That means after solving we need to find out the value of x. So starting with this this equation, now we are multiplying, or that means we are applying the dot product by the vector b from the right hand side. So using dot product. For dot product, left hand side, right hand side both are same, so no need to write the from which side we are multiplying it, because it's a commutative product. So using dot product by vector b, then what will we get? From the first term we will get p, then x dot b, this vector, plus x dot b. Now this is a constant, remember, because this is a dot product, ultimate result will be a constant vector. Sorry, not constant vector, it will be a scalar. So a dot b equals c dot b. Now we can take common x dot b. So it will be x dot b into p plus a dot b. We can add this one with the scalar p because this is a scalar quantity. Otherwise we are not able to adding this. Equals c dot b. This is equation number 1. Okay, we get this one. Now here two cases can arise. This quantity can be equal to 0 or can be not equal to 0. So we are considering the first case, case 1. Let this quantity, that is p plus a dot b, is not equal to 0. Then we can easily find out the value of x dot b from there. So from equation number 1 we can write x dot b equals c dot b by p plus a dot b. Right? Because this is non-zero, we can divide both sides by this quantity. Now we get the value of x dot b. We are putting this value of x dot b in the given equation. Then what will we get? The given equation was px plus x dot b a equals c. Right? We are putting this value of x dot b over there. So we will get px bar equals, instead of x dot b we are putting c dot b by, plus x dot b, no, not x dot b, c dot b by p plus, just a minute. Then a equals c vector, right? So from there easily we can get the value of x, which we need to find out. So x will be c minus this one, c dot b by p plus dot b a vector whole divided by p. That means it will be 1 by p c bar, and here it will be p into this quantity. So this is the required result, and this is obviously valid because we have taken this is not equal to 0 and p is not equal to 0. It is given in the question. So this is the required result, required value of the x vector for case 1, when this quantity is not equal to 0. Okay. Now moving to case 2. Case 2. If this quantity becomes 0, then we cannot approach like case 1. So if p plus a dot b equals 0. Now we are starting from the given equation. What was our given equation? That was px plus x dot b a equals c. Now we are applying the cross product of both sides by a vector a. So applying cross product from the right hand side by vector A. And why we are doing this? Because check, there is a vector, right? If we apply cross product from the right hand side by the vector A, then it will be vector A cross vector A, which will eventually tend to 0, because A cross A will be 0 vector. So then one term will be vanished. It will be easier for us to calculate. This is why we are applying cross product from the right hand side by the vector A. So in the next step, next line, we are writing it. P, then x cross A plus x dot B A cross A equals C cross A. Now this part will be 0, so it will become P, then x cross A equals C cross A. That means x cross A equals 1 by P C cross A. P is not equal to 0, so we can write 1 by P. Now taking common cross A from there, then we can write x vector minus 1 by, not 1 by P, C by P, then cross product A equals vector 0. We can write this because we know that cross product is distributive. So when we open the bracket, it will become x cross A minus C by P cross A. That means ultimately this line. So this equals this. Now cross product of two vector is equals to 0. That means, what does it mean by cross product? Means A, B sin theta, right? So that is sin theta equal to 0. That means the theta, which is the angle between the two vectors, this becomes 0. That means the vectors are either identical or they are parallel. Now if you suppose these two vectors, that means the angle between these two vectors is 0. This is why their cross product becomes 0. So from this line we can conclude that the vector this one and the vector this one are parallel. Okay. Now whenever two vectors are parallel, what we can write? We can express one vector as the scalar multiple of others. So we can write x minus C by P equals lambda A for some scalar lambda. Okay. So from there we can get x equals C by P plus lambda A. This is the required value of x. We find it. Okay. But we need to do few more steps just to put this value of x in the given equation, just to check it is satisfying the value or not, because we have introduced one new parameter here, lambda. So for that reason we have to put it in the given equation just in order to check it is satisfying the equation or not. So we are putting this value on the left hand side of our given equation. It was Px plus x dot B A. If you put it, it will become C by P plus lambda A plus again lambda A plus C by P, then dot B, then A. Opening the bracket, it will be C plus P lambda A plus lambda A dot B, then a vector, and then plus C dot B vector 1 by P a vector, right? Now we are taking common from this and this, so we can write it P plus A dot B, then lambda A vector, plus keeping this one fixed, C vector, plus from this vector we are writing it C dot B by P a vector. Now this quantity is equals to 0 because we are in case 2 where we have taken this is equal to 0. So this part is 0 vector plus C vector. And what about this vector? We need to find out, as we know that P plus A dot B equals 0. We have already taken it, right? That means from there what we can write, C dot B equals 0. So from there we can conclude this part is equals to also 0 vector. That is ultimately C vector, which is actually the right hand side of our given equation. Right? That means the value of x which we have calculated using a new parameter, new scalar lambda, it is satisfying the given equation. So this is the required solution for case 2. So this is how we solve the vector equations. Okay. Now moving to another example. Exercise 5b, question number 8 Roman 2. Saying that solve the vector equation for x. The equation is x cross a equals b, where it is given a dot b equals 0. And it has also a second part, that is then solve the differential equation, hence solve the differential equation a cross d2r dt2 equals b, where a dot b again equals 0. And a, b, c are given constant vectors. Okay. So first we have to solve this equation. That means we have to find the value of x vector. Then using this result we have to solve this differential equation. So starting with the given equation, x cross a equals b. Now we are applying cross product of both sides from the left hand side by vector a. So applying cross product from left hand side by vector a. Okay, so we will get a cross x cross a. You can apply it from right hand side also. The result will be same, just there will be one minus. So a cross b. Now apply the rule for this product. It will be a dot a, then x minus a dot x, then a. Now a dot a means a square mod h square, then x minus now again we are applying cross product from the right by a cap. Now if you check this term here, this one, then it is easily clear that if we apply cross product from the right hand side, then we will get a cross a, which will be ultimately 0. So one term will be vanished from there. This is why we are multiplying by from the right hand side, multiplying by vector a. But we couldn't do that in the first step, that is from here. If we do that, just writing this cross a vector, then it won't a cross a. It will be the vector triple product, which will ultimately give you the result a dot a. So this is why we didn't apply it there. Now we are applying it just to vanish this term. So we will get the result as its square, then x cross a. I'm not writing this term again. Okay, just write it one time. A cross a. It will ultimately become 0 equals a dot b, a cross b cross a. So this becomes 0. That means from here what will we get? X cross a. This is equals a cross b cross a by a square. Now we are taking common cross a vector, so we can write it x minus this one equals 0 vector. Then applying just the same concept, when the cross product of two vectors are 0, that means they are parallel vectors. They are parallel vectors. That means we can express one vector as the scalar component, scalar multiple of another vector. So we can write x minus this vector equals some lambda a. Okay, for some scalar lambda. Okay, so from there easily we can get the value of x. So we are writing the value of x in the next step. It will be x vector equals lambda a vector plus a cross b by cross a square. This is the required result, but before saying it, what we have to do, just we have to put this value in our given equation to check this is satisfying the equation or not. Okay, this will be your homework for this part. You just have to put on the left hand side of the given equation, that is under x cross a. The given equation was this: x cross a equals vector b. Just put the value of x here and check the result comes vector b or not. If so, then it will be our required result. So this part you have to complete it. Okay, and this is our required result, required answer, where lambda is an arbitrary scalar. Okay, now moving to the second part of the question. Second part was, using this result, solve the differential equation a cross d2r dt2 equals b. So the differential equation is this one. Now if you compare this equation and our given first equation, x cross a equals b, then what will be our x? This here. So in this differential equation, x equals this vector, right? And we get the result as x equals lambda a plus a cross b by a square. This was our required result. So from here we can write d2r dt2 equals this. Now we just have to integrate it to get the result. Now after one step integration, we will get dr dt equals lambda t a plus this one, this vector t into t plus some constant vector c. Then again another one step of integration, we will get r equals lambda t square by 2a plus a cross b by a vector t square by 2 plus c cap t plus some another vector d, constant vector d. So this is the general solution of the given differential equation. Okay, this is the required result.